Navy SEAL, FBI Special Agent, and Federal Air Marshal Jonathan T. Gilliam joins us now to discuss. Jonathan, appreciate your service, and I know that this is a rough time for anyone who has served and understands the ground. I got to get your reaction to just the awfulness that has taken place now so far. We have 12 servicemen now, 15 injured. I know that number will probably fluctuate even. It's sad because I know it was going to be a rough exit, but it still didn't have to be like this.
This reality that we're in now, it is no surprise. I mean, you look at how the leftists handle COVID. You look at how the leftists handle Chicago and the inner city, and you look at how they handle this. They use crisis to bolster their propaganda, but when a crisis really turns bad, they have no concept of how to fix it. And the problem here is that it's not just Joe Biden. These are the same incompetent generals that were trying to tell President Trump how to do his work, and Trump had to go around. They're the same ones that were brought up by Obama. And so here we are in this circumstance now where they have pulled the military back onto an isolated area and created a bottleneck, which terrorists and unconventional warriors will always look at what vulnerabilities they can exploit. And this was not a complicated attack, or however John Kirby said it was. This was a simple attack. You wait for a bottleneck to happen, you walk in with a bomb, and you blow people up. And in this case, our own administration created this bottleneck that killed now 12 servicemen and no telling how many of Afghanis. And we don't know if Americans were even in that crowd. We don't even know that.
It's just, and you make a really good point talking with Jonathan Gilliam. You make a great point about just this. I mean, there were a bunch of sitting ducks that were left there. You had the choke point there, the bottleneck with the Taliban just getting into the airfield. And then you had the other checkpoint just at the gate to process people to get through. And then there was this huge area where thousands of people were crammed in. I hate to say this, but it's actually surprising that it didn't happen any sooner. Which, when we hear these same suits that these generals that you're talking about that were saying, oh, we prepared for every contingency. I don't see how they prepared for this contingency, because if they prepared for contingencies, Jonathan, they would have started this whole process to get all the SIV applications, get all the visas going through. That would have happened, I would think, a heck of a lot longer before shutting down Bagram. And that's the other thing. I don't understand why they would close their other option and leave them with one exit point. It's just a disaster. So how do we fix it? What really is the alternative? What's the option here? Where's our leverage, if we have any?
Get rid of this administration and everybody at the top of government. I mean, ultimately, that's what's going to fix this. And I know that people want me. I've had this question posed to me. They want me to say something about military, but here's the reality, Dana. The American people have to get up off their couch, stop being angry on social media, and start standing together. I've taken an oath 4 times to support and defend this Constitution. 99.99% of all Americans have never taken that oath, and they need to step up and stand up and say, I will support and defend the Constitution. When they start doing that, then you're going to start to see things change, because together we'll put pressure in the right place. As far as Afghanistan goes, this is how stupid these people are up there in the Pentagon and in Washington, D.C. I was just listening to General McKenzie in this psychopathic type of a press conference where he showed no empathy for the people that were killed, not even the Marines. And then he says, we're going to find out who did this and we're going to go after them. So General McKenzie is telling us that we're pulling all of our troops out because we have no reason to be there anymore. However, when we find out who just killed our servicemen, we're going to go after them full force. You see, nothing that they say makes sense at all. And we have to realize this as a nation and remember that we are the ones who hold the power. We are the ones who have to insist that these people are gone. And it has to start happening soon, or else there is nothing that we can do.
Yeah, I mean, the images and some of this coming out from this attack, and of course now we're told that There's just hundreds of ISIS-K that are surrounding the airfield, and the car bomb, obviously, increased chances of car bombs occurring. That's up. I was reading reports where they were apparently even trying to shoot at the planes that were taking off of the airfield there in Kabul. I can't even imagine. I mean, that would be just as disastrous, if not more, actually, than what we just saw earlier today. I hate to say it. Your thoughts?
It can happen. We gave Afghanistan, or the Taliban, all of the equipment that we were supposed to leave there for some reason, that we thought the Afghanistan army or military was just going to take the stuff and fight the Taliban. They immediately retreated. The Taliban has all that stuff, and included in that are surface to air missiles that can blow a plane out of the sky. You have to remember that this ISIS-K that they're calling it are people who were the Taliban, and they thought the Taliban wasn't violent enough. The Taliban came out of Al-Qaeda. There's no difference here than a serial killer competing for territory with another serial killer. That's all these people are. And if they shoot a plane down, you're going to be looking at upwards of 400 people dead at one time. So this could very easily happen. This is not over with. There are going to be repeated attacks, and I can guarantee you now that we gave names of people to the Taliban in an effort to get them out. So now they have a list of these people that we're never going to truly know the amount of people.
We gave them a hit list.
We gave them a hit list.
Unbelievable. And of course, that was for folks watching, that was the list I referred to in a previous segment. Politico reported that it was in a bid to help, they have the Taliban help with. Jonathan, I got to get your response on that, because were we not just firing at them and bombing each other 2 weeks ago? And now we're hearing from CENTCOM that we're actually relying on the Taliban to provide protection. And I find it weird that it seems that there are some factions of this administration, it's almost like they're, for the lack of a better way to say it, like they're trying to rehabilitate the image of the Taliban here so that it makes it sound better when John Kirby has to go out and say that we're relying on them for protection. Is that how you're taking it too?
Yeah, and John Kirby's the worst. I mean, he is. I thought that Jen Psaki, or whatever you say her name, I thought she was bad. John Kirby is the absolute worst, and he used to be an admiral. So, it's very strange in the way that they're trying to make the Taliban seem like this kindler, gentler group of people. It doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you something else, Dana. A good friend of mine who's also a former SEAL told me a quote from the Spartans over 2,000 years ago. The Spartans refused to go to war for more than 3 years with an enemy, because after 3 years, they were literally training the enemy and their tactics. We've been at war for 20 years. The Taliban has shown us they didn't only learn how to fight us, in the mountains or in the desert or in the urban area, but they know how to work the propaganda field now as well. And that's what they're doing. And Joe Biden and this administration, and I will even give some dissent to President Trump before, when he sat down with the Taliban, that I don't think that these people know what I know and other people that have worked in counterterrorism know, that you cannot negotiate with these people. You eliminate these people. It's no different than termites. You cannot treat or sit down and negotiate and have diplomacy as a way to get rid of termites. You have to find out where they're at and eliminate them. And we've never done that. And I think we are reaping the benefit, not the benefits, but they're reaping the benefits of that now. We're reaping the repercussions of that now.